Welcome to the Wind Up with Will, everyone. I'm your host here, Will, with another episode. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the NHL and NBA playoffs. I've been away for a little bit. I've been busy again. I've been doing some traveling, whatnot. And by the way, I hope every one of you, if you see this video, have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Have a safe weekend. Have a fun weekend with family and friends. But let's go ahead and get into this video today, and we're going to start with the NHL. Now, the NHL playoffs, I'm going to give a quick recap of where we are in the playoffs. Currently, we're in the conference finals at the moment, same as the NBA. But I'm wearing my Mets shirt today because of my team's just not having success in hockey or we'll get to the NBA in a second, but. In the Western Conference, the Jets beat the Blues in the first round. The Dallas Stars beat the Colorado Avalanche. I got that series wrong. I said the Avalanche would win it. The Golden Knights beat the Wild. The Oilers beat the Kings. In the Eastern Conference, this is the first round, by the way. Maple Leafs beat the Senators. Panthers beat the Lightning. Capitals beat the Canadiens. And Hurricanes beat the Devils. So I got 7 out of the 8 first round matchups correct. I only got the Stars Avalanche one wrong. I didn't do so good in the second round. The conference semifinals were not. They were all those series were kind of one sided except for one great series. So in the West, you had the Oilers beat the Golden Knights 4-1 in their series just in 5 games. And the Stars and Jets was kind of close. The Stars won at 4-2. I did not see them making it far. I thought Connor Hellebuck would really take the Jets far into the playoffs. Just phenomenal goalie. But it was not meant to be. The Stars are a good team. Stars get to the conference finals to face the Oilers. And then in the East, the Eastern Conference semifinals, the Hurricanes win 4-1 over the Capitals to go to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in a while. I think they had like 6 second round appearances in a row in which they lost. They really struggled to get past the second round for a long time now. They finally get over that hurdle. And then the last series, which is really the only close series or really good series in the conference semifinals and the Stanley Cup playoffs, was the Florida Panthers and Toronto Maple Leafs. What a series. I picked the Maple Leafs to go all the way to the finals to face the Edmonton Oilers in my bracket. You can go watch a previous video if you want to see that. I think it was my last video I did, or 2 videos ago. But anyway, I really thought the Maple Leafs were going to have a run in them, and they took it 7 games. It went 7 games, but the Panthers won 6-1 in Game 7 to really take it away from the Maple Leafs. It was in Toronto. Toronto was the higher seed. Florida has just been on a run the last few years. The Florida Panthers are really good. They've got a great roster. So then you go to the conference finals, which is where we're at now. We got the Stars, Oilers, and the Panthers, Hurricanes. In the East, the 2 teams I picked were out of it. I picked the Maple Leafs and Capitals to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Have been a great matchup, but we still got a great matchup. The Panthers, who've been to the last 2 Stanley Cup Finals, they won it last year. They're taking on the Carolina Hurricanes, who've been a good team, who've been a long time without winning it all, and they've gone forever without playing in the conference finals. And Florida leads the series currently 1-0, and they're up 5-0 tonight on the Hurricanes tonight. The Hurricanes are the higher seed. They've had the first 2 games at home, so Florida is stealing home ice advantage from them. The Western Conference Finals, which is between the Dallas Stars and Edmonton Oilers. Dallas currently leads the series 1-0. I'm going with a rematch based on how it's gone so far. I'm going with a rematch of last year's finals, Edmonton Oilers and Florida Panthers. I'm picking the Oilers to win it this year. It's hard to win it twice in a row. Florida could channel the Tampa Bay Lightning from a few years ago where they won it 2 years in a row. It would be kind of cool to see. But Edmonton has gone forever without winning it. Canada's gone forever without winning it. I think it'd be cool to see the Oilers win it. And I think they've got the star talent to do it with Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. So I'm picking the Oilers to still win the series. I think Dallas is the favorite at the moment. Do we have odds? We do have odds on the ESPN app. Florida is the favorite to win it. Dallas is second to favorite. Edmonton's third. But I'm picking Edmonton to win it over Florida. I think it'd go another 7 game series in the finals. And I think Edmonton's going to rally from being down to Dallas. But I really think it's going to be hard for Carolina to rally being down 4-0 now in their game tonight to the Panthers. It can happen. They've got another period to play. And then, there's 7 game series can go long. So never know, but I think it's going to be a rematch of the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals. I really think that's where it's going, and we're going to see a rematch, which would be pretty cool to get because you don't get it all the time in hockey. But that's where we are in the Stanley Cup playoffs at the moment. Over to the NBA playoffs. I'm going to go quick breakdown of the first round. It was going on when I made my predictions, but not all the series. We hadn't made it through all the series yet. So let me look over this real quick. My picks. I think I remember all my picks, but I'm just looking over to make sure how I remembered it. Okay. So, whoops, there we go. So in the NBA playoffs so far, I'm going to skip over the play-in games. It's a little weird first round thing. We're just going to ignore that part. If you're interested in the play-in rounds, you can go look it up. Sorry, there's just a few random games that determine the last couple teams in the seedings for what most people consider the first round. But in the Western Conference, in the first round, the Thunder swept the Grizzlies. I was hoping the Grizzlies would still a game or two, but they didn't. The Nuggets beat the Clippers in 7 games. I picked the Nuggets to win that series. I was expecting them to win it. I mean, they won it a couple years ago. They're a really good team. They got arguably the best player in the league. So I think I was right in picking the Nuggets to win that series. But Clippers took it 7 games. So Clippers are a good team too. Minnesota was I think the story of the first round, upsetting the Lakers 4-1 in that series with LeBron and Luka on the Lakers. You would expect the Lakers to be better positioned, but the Timberwolves just upset them. They've got a great team with Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle, so the Timberwolves upset the Lakers. And then the Warriors and Rockets went 7 games. I picked the Rockets to win that series. I don't really know much about the Rockets team. I'm not an avid NBA follower like other people. But the Warriors won that series in 7 games. Then in the Eastern Conference, and I picked that wrong. I said the Rockets would win that series. In the Eastern Conference, in the first round, the Cavs swept the Heat. I picked that series correctly. The Pacers beat the Bucks 4-1. They beat them in 5 games. I did not see that coming. I had the Bucks winning that series. The Knicks won in 6 games over the Pistons, 4-2 series. The Knicks have been great. They're my team. They're my favorite NBA team, and it's been a great season. It's been a great playoff run even, and we'll get into that a little more later on. Then we have the Boston Celtics won their first round series 4-1 over the Orlando Magic to set up. They were all really one-sided series except for the Warriors Rockets and the Nuggets Clippers. Those both went 7 games. And the conference semifinals, those series were also pretty one-sided, except for OKC versus the Nuggets. That went 7 games. It was a back-and-forth series. It was great, and it was what everyone kind of wanted of the clash of the MVP candidates of Jokic, who has been the reigning champion in the MVP, and then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which there's a bunch of people that want him to win it. I think it's a great debate. Maybe I'll do a future video on it. I mean, if you look at the stats, I see both sides of the argument. Jokic has the stats where he's leading in all these categories, and then Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has meant more to his team, and his team has the number one seed this year, the number one overall seed in all the NBA playoffs. And I think my brother was telling me about the true shooting percentage, that Shea Gilgeous-Alexander maybe has a better true shooting percentage than Jokic. So there's a lot of different ways you can look at it. I think MVP talk is always very interesting to see where people lean on it and why. I think you can go either way. But Shea Gilgeous-Alexander did win the MVP, but that was voted on before the regular season or before the playoffs started. It was after the regular season, but before the playoffs started. The playoffs don't affect it anyway, but Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder won that series in 7 games, and he did win the MVP. So it was kind of a metaphor for his season, I guess you could say. The other series were pretty one sided. Minnesota won 4-1 over the Warriors. Steph Curry got injured early in this series. And once he went out, I think any hope of them winning this series went out the window. I've heard some people debate over whether or not they win the series if he plays or not. I don't know. They're an older team. The Timberwolves are an up and coming newer team, younger team with less experience, but they're really, really good. And it was also very interesting that both of them upset better teams than them in the first round. So you had a 6 and a 7 seed playing each other in the conference semifinals. You don't see that a lot in the NBA. That was pretty interesting. And then in the Eastern Conference, the Pacers surprisingly upset the Cavs 4-1. I was not expecting that at all. But the Pacers shocked the world again, beating the Bucks, beating the Cavs to reach the Eastern Conference Finals, and their opponent is my New York Knicks. We won our series in 6 games. We won it 4-2 over the Celtics. I was ecstatic that we even did that. I was hoping we would win a game or two against the Celtics. They're the reigning champions. They're the better team. They're the better team all year. We couldn't beat them or the Cavs in the regular season, so I was just hoping to win a game or two in the Eastern Conference semifinals, to make myself feel good. We still game one. I'm like, wow, that's great. You know, never know. We're up 1-0. It feels good. Then we win in game two, and it's like, wow, we could actually win this series. So momentum quickly changes, and it goes from hope we win a game or two to wow, we stole game one to oh my goodness, we could actually win this series. And then in game three, the Celtics turned it on, which the story in that series, the Celtics 3-point shooting was atrocious in games one and two. They were 25 of 100 on 3-point shots in games one and two combined. It was absolutely horrible. They had the most missed most missed 3-point field goals ever in game one. I think it was like 55 missed 3-pointers or something, or 50 missed 3-pointers. Like, it was insane. Just the amount of 3-point field goals that they missed in that series. They turn it on for game three and they win game three, and then it feels like, okay, if they win in game four, the momentum has swung back the other way, and this is going to be a fight the last 3 games of the series to see who wins. Like, can we steal another game in Boston? And game four, we came out and played. The Knicks played phenomenally. I say we like I was on the court. I wasn't. I'm just a fan. I'm just a big fan of the Knicks. But the Knicks played phenomenal in that game. They played great. They made shots. They contested the Celtics, and the Celtics, again, they're bugaboos shooting all of these 3-pointers that sometimes don't go in. And the Knicks played the game the right way. They stuck to their game and they won. But also Jason Tatum the Celtic star got injured in that series. Ends up tearing his Achilles, which was surprising because he was like turning a corner, and like you see kind of what it looks like he maybe like twists his ankle or something, or like slips and twists his ankle, and you're like, oh, that kind of looks like he could hurt himself there. And then like as he's not getting up, it's like, okay, maybe this is more serious. And then the kind of the realization of, oh, he's actually hurt. Like, this is not like he twisted an ankle and he's going to get it taped up or he'll be back the next game. It's no, like this is pretty serious. Like, he needs help off the court. Like like this could be a pretty serious injury. And of course, the next day we find out, it was either the next day or 2 days later, we find out that he'd actually tore his Achilles and needed surgery. And so he'd already undergone the procedure, I think, when the news broke that he tore his Achilles. So he's going to miss significant time. He could even miss significant time. Well, I think he will miss significant time going into next season, even, which hurts the Celtics and them. And even though I'm a Knicks fan, and I want the Knicks to win. You hate to see any player, even a star player, especially a star player, go down like that with a horrible injury. Perhaps could even be a career-altering injury. Hopefully, let's hope not. Jason Tatum is one of the stars of the NBA, and you don't want to see that happen to a young star or any. You really don't want to see it happen to any player. It was just unfortunate. I think the Knicks were going to win that game anyway. We pulled away. We were up big, and it felt like we were going to win that game. So Knicks win Game 4, go up 3-1 in the series, and then Game 5 back in Boston, the Celtics actually showed up and played well. And it was kind of like an emotional reaction of, we're down 3-1 in this series. We need to win now. Our backs are against the wall. We need to win. We just lost our star player, our best player. Let's go out and perform. They did. They looked phenomenal in that game. And then Game 6 back in New York, they like lost all momentum. It was like Game 5 was an emotional response of, we're down 3-1. We just lost Tatum for the season. We need to respond. And then in Game 6 back in New York, it was like the win was taken out of the Celtics' sails. Like, they lost all momentum at that point, and the Knicks won big in that game. I was super excited. I was having to kind of watch this because there were storms here in Kentucky. Unfortunately, there ended up being horrendous storms farther east in Somerset and London. Keep those communities in your prayers. Just horrible seeing the tragedy there. There were storms happening here where I'm at in Murray that night, and so my TV was going in and out. My power was blinking, so I kind of had to watch the first half of the game and then the fourth quarter. So I missed pretty much the third quarter. But the Knicks played phenomenal in that to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, and that gets us where we're at today. The Western Conference Finals is the Thunder and Timberwolves. OKC won Game 1 pretty big. I can actually pull up the score, since we're caught up now. The Thunder won Game 1 114-88, so they won it by 26 points. Game 1. I think they had even a bigger lead at one point. I think they were ahead by 30-something at one point. So the Thunder up 1-0. They're playing tonight against the Timberwolves. By the time this uploads, that game will be over. But they're currently leading the Timberwolves 58-50. So the Thunder are looking to go back to the finals for, I believe, the first time since 2010? Or was it 2012? No, it was 2011. 2011, I'm sorry. It's 2011 because they had KD, Russ, and Harden on that team. That was quite the team. But they're looking to go back to the finals for the first time since 2011. And last night was Game 1 of the Knicks and Pacers. And if you didn't see it, this was a phenomenal game. I had a coworker today tell me that he thinks it's perhaps the best basketball game ever. It was a phenomenal game. The Knicks and Pacers were kind of back and forth early on, and then the Knicks kind of coasted to a lead. They got up to about 14 with, I believe, 2 minutes to go, or a little over 2 minutes to go, and we blew the lead. The Pacers kept hitting shots. We took our foot off the gas, and all of a sudden the Pacers are hitting shot after shot, and I'm kind of tired, and I'm kind of ready to go to bed, and all of a sudden Halliburton hits a 3 to make it like a 2-point game, and I'm like, oh my goodness, we could lose this. And then Halliburton comes down at the end and shoots what looks like is a 3 that could win it. It bounces up, goes straight up in the air, and as soon as it went up in the air, I'm like, that's going to come down and fall in the net, isn't it? And it's exactly what happened. It falls right through the net, And on replay, it shows that his foot was on the line. So it was actually 2 points instead of 3. He forces overtime. Knicks come out early in overtime, look like they're going to retake it, but then they lose momentum at the end, and especially that pass when the Knicks kind of back and forth towards the end of the overtime, and there was a pass to Brunson. Halliburton deflects it. It goes off Brunson out of bounds. The Pacers have the lead already. They get the ball back, and the rest is history. They win game one. The Knicks choke it away. Just another chapter in this deep, passionate, hatred-filled rivalry of the Knicks and Pacers, and it didn't help anything that the Knicks blew the lead. It's at home, and the Pacers beat us last year in the playoffs, and after Halliburton made the shot, he's running around with the choke thing. And of course, Reggie Miller's famous for that when he played the Knicks and beat us back in, I think, either 99 or 2000. No, it'd been 2000. Been 2000, he's going around with the choke. So, him and the Pacers have become a villain for us Knicks fans, and I'm going to say I will. If we lose to the Pacers, I am pulling for whoever comes out of the West. I know that is not unbiased at all, but I am a fan at heart. I am a fan, but this is going to be a great series. The Pacers Knicks is. This is a great rivalry. It's been renewed the last 2 years, and the last however many years my Knicks have been good, it feels like we go out to the Pacers. 2013 with Carmelo, we're the 2 seed and we lose in the conference semifinals to the Pacers. Last year we're losing the conference semifinals to the Pacers. And this year we're in the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since the year 2000. Since we lost to the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. And who are we playing? The Indiana Pacers. That's who we're playing. This is going to be a great series, and if we lose, I will be so disappointed. But it will probably add so much fuel to a rivalry and give the NBA something that it needs at the moment. It needs more rivalries, and this is a great rivalry that is being renewed right now. I think this could go 7 games. I'll give my predictions real quick. I think the Knicks win in 7, and I think the Thunder win in 6. Sets up the Knicks Thunder in the NBA Finals. I'm taking the Thunder to win it. I think the Thunder are the best team. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's probably had the best year, or at least the most valuable year of any player. So I'm taking the Thunder to win it all. I'm not a betting person. I'm not betting on any of this, but I would take the Thunder to win it over the Knicks in the finals. I say they win it in 6 games over the Knicks. That's my pick. That's my thoughts currently. Sorry, it's been a while since I've had a video. Hopefully, I can get some more videos out soon. That's what I got for this video. Have a good Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe, and let me know your thoughts down below. Who's winning the NBA Finals? Who's winning between the Knicks and Pacers? Who's winning between the Thunder and the Timberwolves? I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.